What's up, nerds? Welcome to a very special edition of Nintendo Pow Block for September 15th, 2017. I'm one of your hosts, Corey Dirrig, and alongside me, as always, that retro code, Edward Varnell. Ed, this is going to be an epic podcast.
Yes.
Dude. I'm sorry if we just broke everybody's ears.
Yes, I'm super excited, just like you. What we're going to be talking about is probably the thing about it is still being talked about today.
I know. I'm so excited, dude.
Yes, we have a lot to cover. Everybody, of course, we're talking about the Nintendo Direct, and what I just seen blew my mind.
I know, dude. After it ended, I knew you went to that concert last night, and I was like, I tried to video chat with you before you got there, and right after it ended, I was like, I gotta talk to Ed right now somehow, and this direct, it might almost be better than their E3, in terms of a small, compact
yes
thing. E3, we got a lot of cool information, but we got a lot of information about games we didn't know were coming, and that's exciting to see. Okay. Nintendo's giving us this timeline now, right, of things that they're bringing. This Direct, we've got major third-party support in this Direct. We have a title for the Kirby game. We've got 3DS stuff that wasn't announced at E3. We've got release dates. We've got special edition controllers. This was 1,000% more than I ever expected this Direct to be. I thought we were going to get... I knew we were going to get a Xenoblade release date, right? I knew they were going to focus on Mario Odyssey. I didn't expect 80% of this Direct.
Oh, of course. And no. Our predictions are literally where they were just predictions because we didn't know. And just like you mentioned E3, with E3, everybody just wanted a Metroid announcement.
Yeah.
Nintendo gave that.
Yeah.
Bam, they won. People wanted, they wanted an Animal Cross announcement, but we didn't get that. And a Smash and a Bayonetta, we didn't get that. But what we got, dude, you cannot deny that Nintendo you cannot deny that Nintendo 3DS and Switch do not have a strong holiday going into 2018.
Dude, there's too much stuff. I would almost argue there's too much coming out for these systems right now.
Dude, I'm literally gonna have to double dip for Bethesda.
Yeah. That's the big thing is we've got Bethesda and Rockstar support. Those are two major third parties that are supporting, bringing, I know LA Noire was kind of announced last week for Switch, and that's not really a major game, but for them to say, look, we want to put games on Switch, how do we utilize the tech properly? It's so exciting. And Bethesda's games, we were getting two major AAA Bethesda games that are super graphically intensive, that are super polished shooters in Doom and Wolfenstein 2. Wolfenstein 2, a game that's not even out yet and is going to push the graphical fidelity of PS4 and Xbox One, is coming to Switch. Granted, a little bit later than the other versions, but still, we're getting that game on Switch.
And you know what? Even if it's not graphically almost Xbox One and PS4, I'm still buying it.
I don't care. I get to play it portably. I get to lay in bed and watch TV while I play it.
Okay.
And I'm more inclined to play it on Switch just because of the way my life is right now, right? And I was looking forward to Wolfenstein 2. I still need to finish Wolfenstein 1. I'm not gonna lie.
Dude, it's staring me at my PS4 version is staring at me right now. But look, I'm getting it for PS4 because I want the collection. I'm probably gonna get it for I'm probably gonna get it for Xbox One for people if it's online who want to play with that. I'll get it for there. But I need it for Switch. I have to show, I'm already gonna show Nintendo that, but I have to show Bethesda, hey, if you guys are willing to support Switch like this, then we as Switch owners and people who cry about third party need to buy this game.
Yeah.
And like I said, we're going to get to all of that later on. I know.
The one of the most exciting things though, we finally saw Octopath Traveler, and we have a demo that's out now.
Okay, and I have thoughts about that, and we're going to get to it because of when they said, okay, it's Square Enix, and when they show some of the gameplay, I'm just like, this reminds me of something. So we'll get to that. I know there's a lot. We're ready to jump into this.
I know.
Quick, what I've been playing. Dragon Quest VIII, Rabbids, and Mario. I picked up Rayman Legends, Nier Automata, Gears of War 4. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, for
Corey?
me, it's been Mario and Rabbids, and then Destiny 2. Like I was listening to the Giant Bombcast yesterday at work while I was opening, because like I usually save that for my Wednesdays, because Wednesdays are like my 12-hour day at work, and like in the morning when I'm the only one there for like 3 or 4 hours prepping, like it's a good long show that will get me through most of that. So I usually wait till Wednesdays to listen to it, and like they were talking about Destiny, and they're like, this is one of the perfect combinations of like Halo mechanics with some mixed with Phantasy Star Online, where it's not quite an MMO. It's literally you and a couple of your friends in this kind of shared world, and like you get to see other players in this hub, but you go out on missions with your friends and pick up gear, and you know, you're revisiting the same areas and just kind of remixed a little bit depending on what the mission you're doing. Yeah. And like I was like, that actually makes a lot of sense. Like it doesn't.
Yeah, see, I had to think when you said the Phantasy Star Online, and then it hit me, and I'm like, I agree, spot on.
Yeah, and I'm like, huh. So like, and the more I play Destiny, like I'm in a special place where like my friends are like hardcore super Destiny fans, and like I am too, but like we're in that place where like we're trying to grind the fastest we possibly can to get raid ready for the weekend, and we didn't make it last night. Like only one of my friends is raid ready, right? And like we were grinding last night, and I went from 227 to 263 last night, and like I'm in that slow pace where like now I have to start grinding strikes. Now I have to start grinding the missions to get the powerful gear, and like which is fine. I want to be 270 by Saturday, and that's the goal. So I'm going to be playing that all day and most of the night today to try to get to 270, ideally 275, but we're going to try for 270 because like that first boss requires you to be 260 light level, and you'll get awesome gear from that. So I mean, you'll level up through the raid, but that's kind of where I'm at. And like the Phantasy Star comparison was really, really interesting. And it totally makes sense, you know, like it's just you visit these different worlds and you're visiting the same places, taking on these monsters to you know, upgrade your loot and stuff. So I'm really enjoying it. I feel like I'm not playing it the way Bungie intended. Like I feel like this game was totally designed for people who don't want to power level, because now going back and doing these missions, like I'm really overpowered and I'm like blowing through these missions because they're designed for lower level players to level up. But like we found the loophole that like within like 3 hours there was a loophole of how to level up fast, right? So like public events, Crucible are like the two fastest ways to level up. So that's what I've been grinding my time in, is these public events. And you know, I got the gear I wanted, I got all this cool stuff, and as you do that, you level up your factions, which give you an engram every like 25 coins that you get. So I'm really enjoying it. I like it a lot. I have bright pink boots, which makes me really happy. The Dune marches from the Rise of Iron expansion are back, so those were like my favorite Crucible exotic, so I'm pretty satisfied with that. And I'm doing my quest for my multi-tool, which is back.
Yes.
And for people who don't know what that is, you should, because if you're playing Destiny, you should own a multi-tool. That's all I'm saying. And it's actually really simple to get. It's an exotic scout rifle. So like if you haven't played Destiny and you play Halo or something, it's like a DMR. It's like a faster shooting DMR from Halo. It's got two different scopes on it, and I have the Arctic white ornament to put on it, so it puts on this white Arctic camo on it. So I cannot wait to put it on. I love that weapon so much. It was my go-to weapon for 2 years in Destiny 1. So
Wow.
to get it back, I'm pretty excited. And I also found my first exotic that I ever got in Destiny 1, Hard Light, which is an auto rifle that all of the bullets have light on them, and the bullets ricochet off the environment. So if they don't hit an enemy, they're ricocheting around the environment, and if you shoot too many bullets, it'll actually blind you if you're not moving, because there's so much light in the area. So yeah, Destiny is pretty much taking up most of my time. Mario Rabbids, though, finally got to World 2.
Yes.
I love that game. If you own a Switch, this game is a must-buy, especially if you are a fan of XCOM, or even, I would go as far as say, even like Fire Emblem fans will enjoy this. And even if you're not really into strategy games, there's a lot to enjoy in this game, because I know a lot of people who don't like strategy games picked it up and actually are really enjoying it. You know, it's getting to the point where it's starting to get hard, where it's starting to get tough to get the perfects on all the things. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it though. So that's kind of what's been taking up most of my time. I haven't played Rayman Legends, even though I picked it up. I'm going to pick up Metroid in the morning, so we'll see how that goes. I need to charge my 3DS so I can play it, but
I think I need to do some updates to it. Some stuff is coming up, so I need to update that. And since I'll be at work at the time of you guys see this recording, when I leave, I'll pick up Destiny 2, Metroid: Samus Returns, and the amiibo. Like, I got all of that aside, ready to go.
Yeah. Also in Destiny 2, I don't like the way my character looks. My character looked good in Destiny 1, and they changed things just enough on your character models to where my character went from looking cool to ugly in Destiny 2. So I created a second Titan that looks cool. And after I'm raid ready with my one Titan, I'm going to try to get to level 20 in my other Titan and transfer all the gear over and delete my old Titan. Just because my Titan is super ugly. She in the first game, she was cool. She had this cool purple hair, and her lipstick matched her hair, and she was kind of tan. She looks like every girl character I ever make in games, because I'm not gonna lie, if you can create a woman in a game, I'm gonna play as a woman, because that's cool. I think that's cool. So Mass Effect, even Fallout to an extent. I didn't play much Fallout, but I did make my character look like every other character I create. Destiny, all my female characters look the same. For some reason, it's just this generic looking woman I have in my head. The vision I have of a woman in my head as the character I make. Going to Destiny 2, her hair is this nasty, oily, dark purple color, and her lipstick is pink, and I'm this is gross, and it's this weird skin color that's too dark to be tan, but not dark enough to be a black girl. So it's this weird in between, greenish brown color, and I'm this is gross. Why would I ever want my character to look like this? And you can't go back through and edit the way your character looks if you import it from Destiny 1. So yeah, I went and made an awoken female with a really cool looking mohawk to eventually move my gear over so I can delete that Titan and finally make a hunter. I'm gonna try a hunter in Destiny 2, but
So everybody, just gonna say this. Watch. I know you've seen the late. Hope you guys watched the latest episode, Arsenal X. Once again, thank you. But do tune in to next week's episode of Arsenal X. We're gonna have another Destiny talk because we kind of got sales numbers a little bit that we'll probably talk about. But we'll probably talk a little bit more on because since I'm picking it up, all three of us will probably have more of a deeper opinion about that.
Yeah, sorry, I know it's a Nintendo show. It's just like the character creator in Destiny really annoys me, and it's just like, ugh, my character is really ugly. So, but anyways, Ed, we need to get into this Nintendo news. There's a lot to talk about.
Oh yeah.
So, so obviously this week we're covering Wednesday's Nintendo Direct. We're going to cover the 3DS stuff first, and then we'll get into the Switch/Amiibo talk afterwards. Remember, you can email us at nintendopowblock@gmail.com or follow the Facebook group threads and leave comments or questions. So I just wanted to get that out there before we get into this deep rabbit hole of Nintendo news and discussions. So, yes. Ed, we're going to start with 3DS because there's a lot of good 3DS stuff coming out. So the first thing I want to talk about is the Pokeball-themed new 2DS XL is coming this holiday.
That is a must-have.
What a cool design. Why did it take so long for them to design it that way? What a cool design.
You know what pops is that middle part where they do the circle where the Pokeball is at, and then it goes to the side. So the 2DS looks like actual Pokeball, like it's that's ended. I looked at that mug and was just like, oh, this is gonna sell out quickly. That thing looks hot as ever. Yeah, that thing looks really cool. I mean, I got my black and blue one, so like I'm not gonna get this one, obviously. I just like, plus it'd be kind of weird for like a 31-year-old riding a bus or something with this giant Pokemon thing. Not for me.
So like I got my black and blue one, but this one is really cool. Like I expect a lot of parents to be shelling out money for this, especially with Ultra Sun and Moon coming out. Yes. You know, kids are still obsessed with Pokemon, obviously. What a cool idea for a holiday. So did they say if it was bundled with a game or not? It's not bundled with a game. So that's smart, I think. I think it's smart not to bundle it with a game.
Yeah, and everybody, that one is coming out November 3rd. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, what a cool looking 2DS. Like if I had a kid, like that would be the 2DS I'd be getting them. Would be that one because it's just super cool.
Yes.
Other 3DS announcements: Mario Party, the top 100 announced for 3DS. Yay. Mario Party.
I'm so happy they're doing this. I got super stoked, man. I was super happy.
So it looks like a card game.
No, it's a collection of all the games of the Mario Party series. They're mini games.
Oh, it's just a mini game collection?
Yeah. Oh. It's the best of all their mini games. That's why it's called the top 100. It's all 100 of their mini games that they're putting onto this one cart. And you guys would there's no board or anything. You just play the mini games.
Well, now that makes me excited because I like the mini games in Mario Party.
Yes.
Oh, well, okay. Well, now I'm not as down on it as I was. So I was like, do we really need another Mario Party? But that's cool. Wish it was on Switch. But anyways, the last thing for 3DS, Minecraft is finally making its way to 3DS. Out now, compatible, like it's cross-play with that new update with Switch, Wii U, phone and PC
Xbox
versions and Xbox. So, really cool. Finally, this is the system that Minecraft should have been on from the start, I feel like. Especially if it's aimed towards kids. Like,
no, but I have a question. Is this only for the new 3DS? You can't play it on the old 3DS?
I'm not sure. That sounds like a game that might only be for new
3DS.
Yeah, I'm going to try to look it up. But what do you think about this Minecraft coming to 3DS?
just like you, it's about time. People said that it should have been out a long time ago for DS or even for 3DS. But you know, that's going to be just more guaranteed sales for Microsoft. More, less than Nintendo, more for Microsoft, I should say. Because you see, you don't get that Mario Nintendo pack like the Switch and Wii U owners have, but at least you're getting a Minecraft game.
Yeah,
So,
Polygon says it's only for the new 3DS and 2DS. So,
okay,
which
so
I understand. That game, like, it's not like a graphically intensive game, but there's a lot going on that I think it sounds right that it would require that extra processing power for that.
And plus they phased out, like, I think they're beginning to phase out the old XL 3DS.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything other than new 3DSs or new 2DSs in a long time. Like I haven't even seen the regular 2DS in a while, except for they do have that bundle, but at my GameStop they said it was like only available online for them because they didn't think like in store they were going to be able to sell it.
We have the Mario Kart 7 one. We have the red and the blue one. And that's the old 2DS. So I think once those sell out, I think we'll just be sticking with the new 2DSs.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, also, not announced during the conference, but I just saw on my GameStop app that GameStop is taking pre-orders for the white and orange new 2DS.
Mm-hmm. And just to let everybody know, that was the version that Japan got, while we got the blue and black one. So we now finally got both versions of it. I like to call it the orange sherbet 2DS.
Yeah, that's a cool thing. So also Kirby Battle Royale for 3DS is on its way in January. So January 19th is the Kirby Battle Royale, which is kind of like it looks kind of like a Smash Lite version of Kirby. So
yes,
that's gonna be cool. So a bunch of 3DS stuff. 3DS still trucking along, Ed. Still tooting that horn.
Of course.
Oh man, that I just like. For some reason, I'm still baffled that the 3DS keeps going, and then like you go back and think that the Game Boy lasted for 12 years, and you're like, I guess 7 years isn't that long. 6 years,
right?
But
and then you look at the Game Boy Advance, how it lasts that long. You look at the DS. You look at how long these handheld systems from Nintendo has lasted.
Yeah. So we're gonna move on to Switch because it's what we're both super excited about.
Well, Corey, you're missing a whole bunch.
What do you mean I'm missing a bunch? That's all What am I missing?
Dude, okay, so Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon. Okay.
That's already been announced, though. I was going on new stuff.
Right, but that's coming out November 17th. New areas, the new looks for the characters. If you purchase the game before January 10th, you get a special Rockwolf who can evolve into dust form like Hamrock. You have to get it between November 17th and January 10th. If you buy it digitally, you'll get 12 quick balls. On September 22nd, Pokemon Gold and Silver releases, and if you buy that, you can receive Celebi in either Sun, Moon, or Ultra Sun and Moon. You can actually pre-purchase the Gold and Silver version now if you want to. New Pokemon UV Burst and UV Assembly. Burst will be in Ultra Sun and Assembly will be in Ultra Moon. So all of that and new information for Pokemon is coming. Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga plus Bowser Minions is October 6th. It'll have the new stamp sheets. You haven't talked about amiibos yet, so I won't get into that one. But there's going to be 2 amiibos coming to there. Yokai Watch 2.
Wait,
Psychics,
2 amiibo for what?
For Mario and Luigi. I mean, Superstar Saga.
Which ones are those? Oh, is that the Goomba and the Koopa Troopa?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yokai Watch 2 Psychic Specters is coming September 29th. If you own Bony Spirits or Flesh Souls, you can get the Oni Evolution update now. Latest mystery journey, Catriel and the Millionaire's Conspiracy, is coming out October 6th. You'll be able also to change your costumes exclusive in the 3DS version. You mentioned Minecraft, you mentioned Mario Party. But for Mario Party, the top 100s, it supports download play from one cart. So if you buy that game and you got friends who don't own the game, everybody could download it. Just like we was talking about that, like Mario Kart, the one card thing, you'll be able to do that also. Of course, Metroid. Atlas RPGs, The Alliance Alive is coming early 2018. Eldrin Odyssey 5, the demo is available now. Strange Journey Redux, Shin Megami Tensei, and Radiant History, Radiant Historia is coming out for 3DS. The launch edition will include our art book, a decal sheet, and the game. This is all coming from 2018. Apollo Justice Ace Attorney is coming in November. Fire Emblem Warriors, we'll talk about that in Switch. So those are all the rest of the 3DS news that we...
I didn't realize I missed that much.
Yes. Oh, trust me, I was on it. We were watching this thing and getting notes like crazy.
Well, if you're a 3DS owner, congratulations, you have more to play. I guess like I'm excited for Layton and stuff. Like, man, I guess I didn't realize I missed that much.
Dude, I watched the whole thing and then I rewatched it and I'm just like, let me get down notes, let me get the details, because I'm like, they said a lot. Definitely when we get into Switch, whew, boy. Go ahead, Corey, because I'm gonna let you take over.
One last thing before we get into the Switch. They're doing that Kirby poll thing too, that 25th anniversary ability, copy ability poll. They want to know what your favorite copy ability is, I think. So you can check that out at kirby.nintendo.com/poll.
Yes, you beat me to it.
Yes, so
won it.
Anyways, we have a lot of Switch stuff to cover. Woo! This is exciting, and I'm like, So, Nintendo announced a Super Mario Odyssey bundle with dual red Joy-Cons coming October 27th. So, if you haven't bought a Switch yet, seems to be the perfect opportunity for you to buy a Switch. Hope you can find one, because Mario Odyssey looks great.
Can I tell you, I hope that cover that's in the bundle gets sold separately. I want that cover.
The cover
for my Switch.
Is it different?
It's the red one with the with Mario in the middle, the white one. It looks really cool up close.
I'm gonna have to look that up. I didn't realize the cover was different.
Yeah, there's a case for the Switch that it comes with in the bundle. It's really cool.
Oh, the case, not the cartridge case. The case to protect your Switch. Yeah, that looks awesome. Yeah. I want to see it. Yeah, it looks really cool. That case is pretty awesome.
Yeah, and I actually like you could have the photo frame part that you could take a shot and send it to your social media or to your computer and stuff like that and make it a desktop and everything. They had that real cool shot of Mario sitting back with the dinosaur and they sleep. That was really cool. I was just like, oh my goodness, this is so nice. This game is going to be long.
Yeah, dude, this game's gonna be huge. This game, hope you have some time to sit down and just play it. Like, that's the thing about Switch, right? Is like, this is why I spent 200 and something hours in Zelda.
Right.
Because I could pull it out of the dock and just play it while we're watching TV. And like, I'm not gonna lie, trying to do that with Destiny is really hard. Because like, I have my second computer monitor that I usually have like the way my computer is set up is like, I have a monitor here to watch videos and pull up news and stuff while we're talking, and then this monitor over here is for OBS and Skype and like all the recording stuff for the show. And like, having all that on one screen right now is like mind-boggling, because my monitor is in there with like sitting on top of my PS4. so I can play Destiny out on in the living room, so my wife can watch TV, and like we still are playing some, hanging out, having quality time while I'm playing Destiny. But yeah, the Switch, man, me being able to pull that out and just play, and without like having to move everything. Oh my gosh, I love this device so much. It is the best gaming device ever made. I'm gonna go on. I'm just gonna say it. The convenience factor, the fun, the awesome games. It's the best gaming device ever made. Nintendo Switch. Corey Dirrig. Quote. Write it down.
2018.
It's gonna be a famous quote someday.
Gets up from the seat and leaves the podcast. I'm like, well, you can follow me at that.
But yeah.
Super Mario Odyssey is now literally up there for Game of the Year. If it could pull off what they showed, and the discussions and talk about this game is really strong, it's gonna be a Game of the Year nomination, and that's hard going against. For me personally, right now, just seeing, and we haven't even got to Xenoblade Chronicles 2 yet.
Yeah,
that's going to be hard for that.
Dude,
if that lives up to expectations, and Breath of the Wild.
Dude,
like,
right now I think
the
two games right now that everybody has on at the top of their list are Zelda and Horizon. And depending on if you're a PlayStation fan or Nintendo fan, is depending on like that game is at the top of your list. Like those, I know those are the two games at the top of my list right now. But Mario Odyssey, when that game comes out, like I'm assuming it's gonna be like an amazing Nintendo game. Like, if you have like those three games fighting for a spot, how do you do that? Like, how? I don't, like, right now for me, I don't know how any game can beat Zelda right now. And like for me personally, I don't think a Mario game can ever outdo a Zelda game.
Well, this is the thing about it, because Zelda, we always discuss this, and I still feel this way. Zelda just changed not only open world gaming, but it actually changed on how you go about developing an open world game, setting your own journey. Like people want climbing in games like Breath of the Wild. Climbing, a mechanic that you have to press a button for, or sometimes run up a ladder. People wanted a different IP to climb, and when that becomes a statement in a whole bunch of people reviews, you know that your game has done something.
Yeah.
No one has said anything about Breath of the Wild that they wish anything in Horizon has been incorporated. Everybody who has played Horizon and then played Breath of the Wild, people also talk about Horizon, they want Zelda stuff to be incorporated in that game. So when you can incorporate another IP's game that you question on how it was going to work, and it changed your viewpoint of it, come on now.
Yeah.
Grand Theft Rockstar has now to have to set their game up for open world games in Grand Theft Auto to even be on the same level of Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, like for me, Rockstar Games has never been like Grand Theft Auto 3 at the time was an impressive open world. But for me, the open world, yeah, I get that they added stuff you can do in the open world, like play tennis or golf or whatever. But like for me, the open world in Grand Theft Auto games isn't as impressive as they used to be. Like just yes. The way, like, we've played games now like Metal Gear, The Witcher, Zelda, Horizon. Like those open worlds to me are more dense and more effective than Grand Theft Auto.
Yes,
and like, even. For me, even if you're staying inside Rockstar games, like for me, Red Dead's world is more effective than Grand Theft Auto. Bully's world is more effective than Grand Theft Auto. For me, like the more dense open world is, and the more like cool things you can do within this smaller space is more effective than what Grand Theft Auto is. Because like, yeah, Grand Theft Auto's world is huge, but like you can't really go inside a lot of the buildings. You can't like, there's not really like an underground system that you can go traverse under. Like right now, even Destiny 2's open worlds are more dense and more effective for me than Grand Theft Auto. Not saying that Grand Theft Auto isn't a good game and didn't have its time and place of how effective their open world was, but like coming back to Nintendo, what we're seeing from Xenoblade 2, what we saw in Zelda, like what Mario looks like it's doing, like those worlds look like they're more effective than Grand Theft Auto.
Their objects or objectives. I'm sorry, I should say that. Their objectives have a purpose, and they reward you for going out and fulfilling that purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes to Game of the Year, if you want to talk about Horizon, if you want to bring up Mario Odyssey, if you want to bring up Breath of the Wild, right now Breath of the Wild is still so strong that people are still talking about it, are still picking it up and finding experience. Because Horizon, as good as a game that it is, and it is in a lot of people's Game of the Year, the discussion about that game, not even saying that Horizon, that Breath of the Wild even overshadowed it, the discussion of Horizon died out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're talking about Horizon, yeah, because we're doing a kind of comparison game of the Year nomination. But if we're talking about content or anything for Horizon, the only thing that we're talking about is this upcoming DLC.
Yeah, for me, like even Horizon, like Horizon is a Game of the Year contender. Zelda is a Game of the Decade, industry changing game. And like, yeah, like the more I look back on Zelda, there's a couple issues that I had, but like at the same time, it's like this is the same thing that I had with Ocarina of Time, right? Was like they made a successful transition into a different type of game, right? And like that is mind-blowing for Nintendo to take that step in changing the way Zelda at its core functions.
Yes.
And that is going to change a lot of things. Mechanically, it's going to change a lot of things. You know, how dense the world is and the different things you can find in the world and the way things are positioned for a purpose in that game. Everything in that entire world is positioned for a purpose. Like, those are the types of things that are going to change the industry. Whereas, you know, Horizon's a great game, but like for people who played Horizon first and then you played Zelda, like
you can see the difference.
You can see the difference. And then like for me playing Zelda first and then going to play Horizon afterwards, like as amazing as Horizon was and as much as I thought the story was good and Aloy's an interesting character, like that open world and those mechanics already felt outdated because of the way, like Zelda, I can climb anything I want as long as I have the stamina. I can jump off this high cliff and glide to an area. I can go find a shrine somewhere. I can solve little puzzles around the world. Like, those are the things.
And this is just my last point. And I don't want to say anything negative about Horizon because, like I said, very good game. It was a new, just like Nintendo and Monolith Soft. It was a new adventure for Guerrilla Games and for Nintendo to make open world games.
Yeah,
Nintendo had some experience because of the 3D Zeldas, but they didn't have that experience on how to make it open and have hands off. Guerrilla Games has only been known to make Killzone. So who comes in and teach them to make an open world games? Both of them, I think, did their research. Yeah. And they did their research effectively.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like we've said this a million times. I think Horizon, hands down, is the best Sony first party game. Like hands down on that system. Like if you own a PlayStation 4, you need to own Horizon. That is a hands down fact. You should own it. Like and the fact that was their first try at that game, like
And knocked it out the park.
Yeah, they knocked, like, that was their first try at that game. And now that Zelda's out, what notes are they going to take from Zelda? Like, are they going to make a glider for Aloy the next time around? Are they going to try to make a more streamlined inventory system? Because, like, Moose and I had that discussion on NGR Radio the other day, and I know we're trying to talk about the Direct. I'm sorry, we'll get back to it in a second. This is my last point too, but, like, Moose, and this is the same thing that you and I talked about, like, if they just streamline that inventory system and the way you collect things to craft things, if they just streamline it a little bit, take the randomness out of it, like if you're searching for a heart of one of the dinosaurs that you need to upgrade your armor or buy a new piece of armor, and you sit there for like 45 minutes trying to find this piece, like if they can cut that out and like really streamline that and really make Aloy feel like an agile warrior instead of like this tanky character.
Yes.
And then, you know, they add like a few bells and whistles here and there and really take the time to like take notes from what other open world games do better than them, which, you know, there are open world games that do a few things better than them. Like Horizon 2, that year it comes out, is going to be a game of the year contender hands down, if not blow everything out of the water. Unless Nintendo decides to put out another Zelda.
well, I think with Zelda, they're thinking about it because now,
they already confirmed the next Zelda they want to do. It will be on Switch because they want to play with the HD Rumble. They want to play with some of the motion stuff. They want to use the touchscreen. Like,
and that's the thing about it. It's just like, how do they? I feel like they can't top Breath of the Wild. They could equal to it, but they can't top it. They probably can. But we're going to have to give them that 5 years to fool around with this game. You're going to have to fool around with Zelda to be even able to touch it. But that's us. That's our opinions.
Yeah.
But yeah, Super Mario Odyssey. Sorry that we got off the topic. As that for being the game of the year, as a nomination, I think it's going to be there. Will it win? Who knows? I think it's going to win some personal ones, but we'll see.
Well, there's some people that just preferred Mario over Zelda, and like that for them, like that game's going to be their game of the year, and that's fine. Like,
and that's great.
Everybody has their opinion. You're wrong. Zelda's the best, but
and I would say this, that like for, I think, platform game of the year or nomination, Mario Odyssey is going to come first. Mm-hmm. Crash Bandicoot might come second, but I think that's more in Europe. That's another discussion. I'm looking forward to this. I have to spend $120 because if it comes out and I don't give my mom a copy, it's going to be a problem. So
she's not going to make you dinner for a week.
Oh shoot, dude! I'll be like, okay, Mom, here you go. Like, I'll literally get home, hand her a copy, be like, okay, there you go. She's like, oh, what's this? I'm like, that's the new Mario game. She'll disappear for the next 5 hours. Leave me alone. Then I'll pop mine in to try to start. But yeah, Mario Odyssey. Definitely look for this game. October
27th.
Yes.
I'm excited. Some people are worried that it's coming out the same day as Assassin's Creed and Wolfenstein, but I'm not. I think it's a different audience, but it's all right. Mario Odyssey, October 27th. Look for that bundle. It's going to be great. Hey, Ed, remember Snipper Clips? Remember that awesome puzzle game for Switch?
Oh, I am super stoked. So I laughed at this trailer.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Oh, it gave you all the feels, and the first person that I thought of was you and Sana getting this update. And I know Larry Giver from World 1. I know he has it. Hopefully he'll be able to get the update too and play around, because he's played around with friends and stuff, and they had a good ball and they enjoyed it. But I know you and Sana had a lot of fun with this game, so I literally I want to buy it, the physical copy, and give it to my mom and let her and her grandson play it so I can hear the arguments and the laughter. It's Jerry Springer meets Maury meets the Cosby Show all together. It will be the most funniest podcast if I recorded everything. But go ahead, Snipper Clips Cut It Out Together is coming out. Go ahead, Corey.
Yeah, so if you already own Snipper Clips, this is going to be a small fee to upgrade to this as DLC, but it will also be available in the store. There are 30 new games or new puzzles to solve. There's a new mode where you don't always start out as those little, like, the characters with the hump on their head and the flat bottom, like,
Yeah.
There's all kinds of stuff that they're remixing some levels. They're putting new backgrounds in some of the levels. Like, it's just a cool little package. 30 new puzzles, man. I think that game launched with 30 puzzles, so that makes this 60 for 2 players, and then for more than 2 players, there's extra puzzles coming for there as well. So I'm excited. I think Snipper Clips is secretly one of the best download only games for Switch. But this game, the Snipper Clips Plus, is getting a physical release. So for you physical collectors out there, that's pretty exciting. That is
November 10th. Yeah.
Yep. November 10th. That's a good time to put that out. you know, I think people will be playing Mario Odyssey, and if they want something else small to play, they can get that.
Can I tell you that oh, boss, please, boss.
Go.
2018, everybody, this is a great Valentine's Day gift. Literally, if you are with your significant other or whoever you're with, if you guys got a Switch and stuff, and you don't own Snipper Clips, this would be a good idea to pack in a game with chocolates and hearts, and like, oh, this is so romantic, Snipper Clips, and you guys could play together and bond. You'll have some arguments and laugh, but it's such a bonding game that when you work together, it feels good softness. So I feel like it's a good Valentine's Day gift, or even Christmas gift if you guys feel like it.
Yeah. Man, this game is gonna be great. I encourage everybody to, like, I would almost say buy it now and then upgrade when the DLC comes out. But at the same time, you can also probably wait and
get the physical.
Yeah. All right, Ed, we're getting into the heavy hitters now. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 has a release date of December 1st. A collector's edition and Xenoblade themed Pro Controller were also announced. And this trailer where they showed all the kingdoms, and, well, probably most of the kingdoms, and the different places you're going to be visiting. Yeah. There's this one scene that says so much about this game, and the main character, I think his name is Rex.
Yes.
He's sitting there eating something on the back of this giant dragon thing. I think they're called
Zunda.
I think they're called Titans in this game.
Yeah, they're called Titans. Zunda is the name of it, and I want him as a amiibo and a plushie. He's kind of the grandpa, you said. Rex calls him grandpa, and I love it. I love the voice that they use. I don't know if that's gonna be his actual voice in the game, but when I heard him and I seen him, I was just like, he's living on a Titan that's moving. I want him as a plush. I want him as a amiibo.
Yeah, personally, this game is my most anticipated game for the rest of the year. I love the art style. The more I watch the trailers, the more endearing the characters become. I just want this game so much. And when we're done here, when we're done recording, I'm going to GameStop to pre-order my special edition and my Pro Controller.
Corey, I'm literally just like you. I'm putting on some PSO and I'm headed to my GameStop that's 10 minutes away, and I'm pre-ordering. Because I was on Twitter yelling in cap letters, how is this possible on Switch?
Yeah, I know. That's the big thing is this isn't even the game now that we're talking about how is this possible on Switch. But you look at how intricately designed these worlds are, and the assets. And the character models kind of look like high-res early 360 models, but the worlds, the way the grass moves, you can definitely tell Monolith did Breath of the Wild grass, because like this is the same, it looks like the same grass tech is being used in this. The way these titans move across the backgrounds of the worlds that you're on, this towns, the airships, like this game is like, I don't even know like what to say or how to say it, but like you go, I'm rambling.
Okay, so just to let everybody know, Kingdom of Uraye, it's like a nature. Empire of More Arden is the mechanics, so they hold down like the mechanical stuff. Imperial Province of Gormat, they're like a land kind of in the air, but they kind of been overtaken by like the kingdom. In the line Praetorium, they're the ones that worship the Titans, but they supply the Corpus gem, so they're like the gems that you'll be using in the game. Argentum Trade Guild, of course, they're trading, so they're all about money. If you see some of the pictures, that's where most of you see Rex is at, and with his with the other character. Torna, they're kind of, it looks like they're the antagonists of the game, because they're on a secret mission to find the blade Aegis. Now, the special edition that you mentioned is coming with a selection of CD with selection from music for the game, a metal case, and a 220-page art book. And the Pro Controller you guys can also see on the Direct. Now, your character Rex, he's a driver, and the character that's with him, I forgot her name. She's a blade. It'll have 3-on-3, so your drivers are the attackers and your blades are the supporters. The blades, you can mix them up because they have attack, defend, and healer. So each blade that you use, they'll have one of those. So you can have someone helping you attack, you can have someone helping you defend, and you can have a healer also with you. Mm-hmm. So
and each of your companions can also have a secondary companion, which like you see the little like white like rabbity thing with wings sitting in Rex's backpack. Like all of your characters
that's a Zandra too. So
like you can like all your characters can have something like that with them, which gives you more abilities, which gives you like I can just like, I'm watching this trailer and you see your 3 companions, or 4, it looks like you might actually even be able to have like 4, but like they're all running with like a secondary companion. Like the one character in the yellow outfit is running with this big white tiger looking thing. Dude, this is everything I want in a JRPG right now. Like every time I say I want to start a JRPG, like this is it. This is the game I want. And I've wanted to go back to X and Xenoblade Chronicles 1 a couple times, but like I want my anticipation for this game to be pure and untainted. And like, a lot of people said the same thing about Destiny 2, where like they were thinking about going back, but they wanted their excitement for Destiny 2 to be like overwhelming. And this is how I feel about Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And it's just like, I cannot wait for Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Yes. So everybody, pray, keep hope that it doesn't get delayed. But we have to hold Nintendo to that December 1st. Like if we get continuous news, that'll be good. As long as we don't hear nothing in November, we should have a guaranteed December 1st release. And I kind of hope that if it does require like Xenoblade Chronicles X did that patch, where like if you need to do an early patch for the game to run when you got the physical copy, if that happens again, because if it's needed, I'm all welcome to it, dude.
Yeah, for sure. Like I need this Pro Controller too, man. Like I need that controller. I don't care what it takes. I'm getting it. Like, I thought the Splatoon 2 one was cool, but I held off because, like, I kind of wanted it. But, like, as much as I like Splatoon, like, I would rather spend my money on a game that I'm going to spend a lot of time with.
Yes.
And, like, don't get me wrong, I like Splatoon 2 a lot. I think it's great. it's just like there's other multiplayer experiences I am having right now that don't allow me to play Splatoon a lot. And like I also think Arms is a really great game, which I have spent way more time with Arms than Splatoon, honestly. But at the same time, like I would rather spend my money on something like all this stuff for Xenoblade. I just can't wait. I cannot wait. But we're gonna move on. Bethesda announced a release date for Skyrim, November 17th, 2017 for Switch.
Yes.
Seems to be a much cleaner version than the original versions. This version's not getting mods as of yet, but you will be able to use your Breath of the Wild amiibo and get the Champion's Tunic, the Hylian Shield, and the Master Sword. So that's really cool. But the big surprise is that Bethesda announced 2 more games for the Switch.
And this blew the whole directory and the internet.
Yep. And this is probably why they didn't show Bayonetta 3 or Smash, because they want to save that for like a December Direct probably. I still think like a December Direct's going to show Fire Emblem, Smash, and Bayonetta 3. I'm calling it right now. Bookmark this episode, Ed, because the next Direct they have, those are the announcements. But
do we see in November?
No, I think it's going to be after Xenoblade. I think they want to get all their big holiday titles out so they can just focus on 2018.
I mean, right. I think the next Direct will be in November. Is what I'm saying.
Oh,
because I haven't seen a Direct in December.
I think it's going to be after Xenoblade comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I think they just want to get all their big holiday stuff, like their own holiday stuff, out of the way, and then they'll focus on 2018, so they can just have a pure 2018 Direct.
Okay.
Well, maybe if it comes at the end of November, they lead off with Xenoblade to give it more promotion.
Yeah.
Maybe that makes more sense. Lead off with Xenoblade and then focus on 2018.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that makes more sense. Wow, Ed, that's why I keep you around. You're so smart. Ed's the brains of the operation. Yeah.
You're a boss. You hold it down.
But anyways, Bethesda announced Doom for holiday 2017 for Switch, and Wolfenstein II, the new Colossus, for early 2018, which I'm going to go cancel my pre-order for the Xbox One version now after the show and pre-order it for Switch. This knocked me out of the water. I'm like, okay, so this is a conversation we literally just had on NGR, and the conversation we will have will be outdated on Monday's episode. The Switch, I think we even had this conversation on the last Nintendo Pow Block, where the whole 360 PS3 generation is completely open for Switch if people want to put, bigger AAA games on the Switch, but they aren't going to be for the powerful PS4, Xbox One.
Yes.
This changes everything. The Doom engine, like the id Tech engine that they use for Doom and Wolfenstein 2, is one of the most complicated engines I think built. Unreal and Unity are engines that are built for ease of use, for they're built for people to easily use to build games, right?
Yes.
id Tech is built for people who want a hardcore graphical experience, a really in-depth, powerful experience, right? They're porting Doom and Wolfenstein 2, both running on the newest version of id Tech, to Switch. And I was people I follow on Twitter, like David Hatfield from IGN posted this thing on Twitter. He said, "Wow, Doom and Wolfenstein both coming to Switch. Balls in your court, every other AAA developer ever."
Pretty much.
Just because these games are so graphically intensive. These games, sure, they're not building a huge open world. They're kind of linear shooters with open elements, but I know you played Doom. You looked at that game, you could see in the distance things happening in the background, the detail in the armor of the Doom Marine, the monsters, the weapons, like all that detail, like it's all there. Like there's a comparison thing on Reddit where like they're taking screenshots of the Switch version and the PS4 version.
Mm-hmm.
They look very close. Like they look really, really close.
When it was shown, it was that because I don't know if that was the Switch version that was running.
The one in the trailer is the Switch version. They confirmed it.
They confirmed it. Okay, so then I had to watch the trailer again. I had to watch that part again because see, I was kind of lost. I didn't know if that was like part of like the PC or Xbox One version. Like if they were just having like something else to hold it in.
No, this is the
actually show in-game.
This Doom was the Switch version. They wanted to show the Switch version running because they want it out this year. So they were showing that version, and then because like you see the Wolfenstein, they just showed the title screen for Wolfenstein 2. So
they're still developing that.
Yeah, dude, it looks so good.
And just to let everybody know, the multiplayer is not coming on the cart, but you can download it on the eShop when the game releases.
Yeah.
They said just so I can straight, which I'm fine with.
Yeah.
I'm literally fine with that.
Yeah.
Dude, I was literally blown and thrown. I was just like, what?
Yeah.
I screamed.
Dude, I like when I thought I accidentally clicked on another video because I was watching it while I was driving over to my friend's house.
Dude, did you get my message when I messaged you after they said it?
Yeah. Yeah, let me look it up. You sent me. I was like, I honestly thought I accidentally clicked on another video because like I was trying to like listen to it and watch it at the same time while I was driving. Which don't do that, guys. That's bad. Do not do that. But
when it said on 2 new shooters coming to Switch.
Yeah,
I'm like, okay.
Yeah, where's
Doom, the critically acclaimed Doom, but what? And then when they announced Wolfenstein 2 New Colossus, my mouth was like on the floor. I'm like, what?
Yeah, you're just like, what? Yes, like in the Facebook message, and I was just like, I cannot believe that these 2 games are coming to Switch. Like, I played Doom. That game is a graphical powerhouse, and you're putting it on Switch. Like that's seriously just like blowing my mind. Just even talking about it with you.
And now, this is the thing, because this is ultimate shade to Respawn and that dude who said Titanfall 2 wouldn't be able to run on Switch.
Yeah, I mean,
this
exactly.
is some like literal. If Doom and Wolfenstein look close to Xbox One and PS4 with some graphical changes, if Titanfall 2 cannot get to that level of running on the Switch,
and
bad on them.
Titanfall 2 like runs on a version of id Tech. Like Respawn and all the Call of Duty developers use a modified version of id Tech to run their games. Like they run on infrastructurally the same engine. So if you're telling me Titanfall 2 can't run on this, but Doom and Wolfenstein 2 can, like that, there's an issue there. That just means you don't want to put into work. And like I'm sure Nintendo went to Bethesda and like helped fund this project to get games like this on here, but at the same time it's like Bethesda put in the work. Like even if Doom runs at 30 frames a second instead of 60, they still put in the work. And like I honestly, in a story-driven campaign shooter, I don't need 60 frames a second. Like I'm not one of those guys who's a 60 frames a second snob for shooters. Like Halo ran at 30 for a long time. Destiny 2 runs at 30. You know, Wolfenstein and I think Wolfenstein 1 on 360 ran at 30. Like I don't need 60 frames a second to play a story-based shooter. If they can get it running at 30 smoothly and have a really beautiful game to play,
yes,
that's totally fine with me, honestly. Because, like, honestly, sometimes 60 frames a second, especially Doom, kind of gives me a headache. Like, if you see Doom, like, sometimes they have that weird motion blur to make it look like it's running like faster to
Uh-huh.
to like, you know, show that the speed of the game. They have that motion blur when you turn and stuff. That
Yeah.
stuff kind of gives me a headache a little bit. But like if you can tone that down a little bit and run it at a smooth 30, and even at like 900p on Switch docked, like that's going to save you room on a cartridge or in memory, and B, you're going to get a decent shooting experience. So that's so cool.
And that's why I said. And now, like hearing that, I was just like, okay, now I have to rebuy Doom for Switch. I have to rebuy. I'm going to. I mean, I'm still buying. Like I said, the 3 versions of Wolfenstein. Like I'm just going to have to buy them.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money, but
This gives me hope, dude. This gives me so much hope for games like, you know, I would love to play Red Dead handheld mode. I would love to see these other companies bring games over now, because like this is the first step, right? 2K bringing their sports games over, running smoothly, and then now Bethesda bringing their games over. Like 3 of their major games. Like at first we were like, yeah, Skyrim, that ran on 360, it'll definitely run on Switch. But like now that Wolfenstein 2 and Doom, some of the most graphically intensive games available on console right now, like it's got it like this. There's no excuse now. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not a game developer by any stretch, but there's no excuse for people to at least not try to put into work to put their game on the Switch. So this is super exciting. As soon as we're done recording, I'm gonna go pre-order this stuff. Like this is like as much as I'm anticipating Xenoblade Chronicles 2, these 2 games were probably the most exciting announcements, just for the simple fact that we can now base the future of the Switch off of these games. Like we can have a better idea and understanding of what can and can't run on the Switch, which, you know, yeah, the file size for Doom I'm looking at it right now, was bigger than Mass Effect Andromeda, bigger than Horizon, bigger than you know, Wolfenstein. Like that file size for Doom on PS4 is bigger than a lot of games. You know, it's like a 70 something gig game. Not that it's going to be that on Switch, because they're going to have to tone it down a little bit to like not only fit on the cartridge but to make room on a memory card. But like,
yeah,
that's still a huge deal, you know. And you know, because Mass Effect was like something like 50 something gigs, like 53 gigs it says. It's man, I'm excited for the future of this thing.
and like I said, this is good for and that's why these companies who are selling like Scandus, they need to be watching Nintendo and these companies with these big games, because they need to start really marketing those micro SD cards. That 128 gig, people are going to be like, look, if you guys are getting these big AAA title games and you need a memory card for your Switch, bam, here's our 250 or 400 gigabyte one for 175. Like those cards will be sold out.
Yeah, like now that these games are coming, I'm definitely going to be upgrading. I bought a 128, like thinking, okay, so I'm buying all the major Nintendo releases physically, right? Like the indie games, some of them I'll buy physically, some I'll buy digitally. 128 gigs is probably enough for like the next year or so, right? But if we're going to start getting Doom and Wolfenstein and future games that are this size, like I'm going to need to buy that 250 size one, or that 400 gig one, or hopefully, you know, the bigger ones will come out and I'll have to get one of those. So man, this was probably the most exciting announcement of the day in the Direct, for sure. Man.
Sorry about that, everybody. It's just
why do we have to be sorry? This is exciting. This is good news for Nintendo fans. Also,
sorry that we're just excited, but we can't help it.
Also,
nothing this major happened.
Also, before we move on to the next couple games, because the next couple games are pretty exciting too, like Octopath Traveler and stuff, Dragon Quest Builders, stuff like that. But like getting Doom and Wolfenstein and Skyrim on your system is showing that Nintendo is moving away from the kid direction. You know, like they're aiming this at people our age. Like they are aiming this at people who want a solid storytelling experience for an older audience. You know, they're aiming for a different age bracket than just someone's kids.
I would even say that they're moving away from kids. They're trying to show that the Switch is for everybody.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to. I'm sorry, that's what I'm trying to say. Is like this system's not just for kids; it's for everybody.
Right. So I mean, we still need those kid games, and whether they're not up to quality to us or anything, but they also need to show it for the older, mature gamers who are really into games and can really comprehend and get that kind of fun. Like they're trying to be that open, and us, for people who have been writing blogs and complaining about, well, there's just not enough this, and Nintendo don't go. If Nintendo was now doing this, we have to. And I hate to say it, we're not say forced, but we have to support them. Yeah. We have to go buy these games, whether the reviews are good or bad. We have to show them that, it might not be up to par as the other ones, but I just got 3 big major titles from a third-party developer.
Yeah.
On a console that people thought were still going to be for kids.
Yeah, I mean, like. Don't get me wrong, I love Mario Kart and Zelda, and we're getting a Metroid, which is going to be cool. Like, I'm excited for the Nintendo stuff on this console because that's why I bought a Switch, right? Was to play the Nintendo games. I can't. Jeez, what is up with this sneezing? Like, I'm excited for all the Nintendo stuff we're getting, but like, seeing that I can play Wolfenstein and Doom on Switch and I don't need my PlayStation for that, like, thank you. Somebody, thank you. I don't know if God's playing Nintendo or something, but like, this is so exciting. Like, I cannot explain to you how exciting the potential of the future of this machine. It like the future was bright, but now the future for this machine is potentially on fire based on Wolfenstein and Doom.
Yes.
Like. That's it. Like I can't say any more about it.
And I'm just gonna say this,
and that gives me hope for LA Noire too, because they've done some graphical fidelity things for Xbox and the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 versions, which makes me think that they might have actually improved the 360 and PS3 version for Switch, like in terms of textures and graphics and stuff.
And I'm just gonna say this, and we'll move on.
I know we've been trying to move on forever, but we can't. I can't.
EA, if you want to throw the ultimate shade to Activision, if you could get a version of Anthem on Switch after the Xbox One X version come out,
yeah.
If Wolfenstein and Doom showcase that those games can run on Switch, and you could get somewhat of a port version of Anthem, Activision is in trouble.
Yeah, because Bungie already said that like Destiny wouldn't run on Switch based on, like, the only thing about Anthem and Destiny I have to say, if they were to ever come to Switch, is that Nintendo better get their online infrastructure in order. Like, that's the only thing that I think now is preventing those games from coming over, is a strong, always connected infrastructure like Xbox Live and PSN, because those games need that. But graphically, from an engine perspective, from like a gameplay perspective, nothing is holding them back. The only thing that's holding those games back is a connected online structure, which Nintendo will be rolling out next year.
Yeah, but I still think that Destiny is never going. I think Bungie and Activision is never going to put those kind of games on Switch.
Which sucks, because I would love to play Destiny on Switch.
That's money that's missing out on and that's why I said, if EA could get Anthem on Switch, even if it's a 2019 after the Xbox One version comes out, if they could get a port version of that game to run on Switch,
Yeah.
Destiny and Call of Duty, in my opinion, would have a chance on Switch
Well,
because of
Call
him.
of Duty should be on Switch. Now that Doom, you're telling me Call of Duty is more graphically intensive or more online infrastructure heavy than Doom? You're trying to tell me that now, Activision? Like, no, it's not. I'm sorry, it's not. Call Doom, like, yeah, their online for Doom wasn't successful, but the online infrastructure was there. The snap map online
Hmm.
mechanic was there. Like, technically, Doom's multiplayer interface was more complicated than past Call of Duties. Call of Duty may require more servers, but their infrastructure is way more complicated than Activision's and Call of Duty's. I'm sorry, it just is. They all Activision has to do is call in more servers. I don't know how that works. I'm not a tech guy. I know servers are very complicated to build and move and stuff, but like, you're telling me Activision doesn't have that money for that? So like,
Right.
Call of Duty, like something like Call of Duty now, there's no excuse why that game's not on the platform. I'm sorry. Anyways, okay, we're gonna move on now.
Yes.
I'm sorry. That was just the big major AAA third party games excite us on Switch because that
All the
means
wigs got snatched. They snatched all the third party wigs. I'm
I'm just
sorry.
saying, like, I'm sorry, but there is no excuse now. There is no excuse now unless your world has a very, like, the only games I don't see coming to Switch right now because of their online infrastructure are games like The Division, Destiny,
Mhm.
Anthem potentially. Like, I just don't see those games coming. But like
But
sports
if
games like Madden, NHL, FIFA, like all those games running on could run on Switch. Like,
but
Call
like,
of Duty, Star Wars Battlefront is another game I'm looking at that, hey, that game would be perfect on Switch for a quote casual shooter audience. Those are all games I'm looking at. So
but that's why I said Anthem. I think Anthem would stand out more. And not to say that's a slight to anybody else. I mean, that's a slight to Activision, but not saying that it would fail on Xbox One X, because their partnership with EA, but people would enjoy Anthem if it could run on Switch and they could take that game on the go. Hey, if this is the intro to crossplay between Microsoft, EA, and Switch, do you think Destiny wouldn't even? I think Destiny wouldn't even matter if that happens. But
yeah,
let's continue. Let's
yeah,
let's move on.
yeah. By the way, Activision, I want Destiny on Switch. Make it happen. Um, and I know people who would play it with me. Frank Clark, I'm looking at you, and I'm looking at you.
Oh, of course.
But anyways, back to Nintendo stuff. Kirby 2018 officially has a title, Kirby Star Allies. Tentative release date of spring 2018. I think this is going to be their February game to kick off their spring.
Yeah.
Uh, so that's exciting. I think that game looks pretty cool. I'm not a huge Kirby fan, but I will be getting it just because like it looks like a simple platformer slash actiony thing that my wife could get into. So she's excited for Kirby and she's excited for Yoshi, and that's something I never thought I would say.
Yes.
She likes the 2D platformers, which really makes me want a new Super Mario Brothers now because like if she would play like a 2D uh, game, like that'd be a 2D Mario game would be awesome to play with her. Because like the 3D stuff kind of intimidates her because of the camera controls and stuff, and her never
Yeah.
like growing up playing games except for Tetris. My wife's from the Ukraine, so she's got that Tetris DNA. But like, because like Tetris is like a huge deal for them specifically, because it's like it's kind of like their heritage, I guess. I don't really understand. Didn't really pay attention after that. All I heard was Tetris, and I'm like, married. But uh, but yeah, Kirby looks cool. I'm excited to play some co-op with my wife on that.
Yes.
I'm surprised they didn't show Yoshi either. If that's supposedly
I
spring.
think Yes, Ring of 2018 for right now.
Yeah.
They're probably working on it, so I think with more work, probably by the next direct, they'll have something. Like you
Hmm.
said, focusing on all of 2018. They'll probably have a title, and they'll probably show off more.
Right.
Uh,
Yeah. Uh, Square showed off 2 games. The Lost Sphere they showed a little bit of, which is coming in
yep.
January. We already know that's coming in January. I think they
Uh,
announced a physical release for here too, so that's exciting.
that I don't know. I know January 23rd is the date.
Hmm.
But physical, I don't know yet.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to have a physical version of that game. I still need to get my physical copy of I Am Setsuna,
Yeah.
but they also showed Octopath Traveler, the game that they showed at the launch event, or the
Okay.
and Ed, I know you have a lot to say about this game, so I'm just gonna let you go. I'm excited for it, but
Yeah.
this is right up Ed's alley. So
Yeah, and definitely me and Corey having to download the demo, which is available for you guys. But hopefully, I'm going to download it today and give it a try. This game reminds me of Saga Frontier.
wow, that's a deep cut.
Like,
Classic PS1 RPG, by the way, by
yes.
Square. That's not fondly remembered, but some people
Oh,
love it.
it's a terrible game.
That's not
It's
really
a
something you should
hard
lead off
affair.
with.
Yes, but I looked at it because it's the working title. I'm just like, are they bringing the Saga Frontier franchise back, or are they still in its gameplay and refining it?
Yeah,
That's the thing that I had about it. I was watching more of it, and I enjoyed what they show.
yeah, yeah.
So,
I did too.
yeah, that was my only thing. Some people were just like they wish that this was coming out first before Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I'm sorry, everybody. Xenoblade is coming out, has to come out first before besides Project Octopath. Now, don't get me wrong. I like what they showed about this game. I have no problem. I love the 16 pixel star art with the 3D effect graphics and stuff. I really can't wait to play it. But yeah, I just got that Saga Frontier feel to look to it, and I'm like, oh wow,
Yeah,
y'all going there? Okay, I can handle this. Yeah, but yeah, that's my only thing with it. It looks beautiful. I hopefully they change different areas because it's a little bit too brownish. But maybe that might be the trailer itself. So there's probably gonna be different lands and different colors. But yeah, I'm down for it.
nice, nice. Yeah, I'm excited. I think it looks. I think the art style in particular is something we haven't seen really. It's this weird like 2.5D where every like the environments look like they're kind of. They called it. What did they call it? They called it HD 2D,
Yeah,
which is weird. But like all the environments kind of look like they have this 3D element to them, but they're hand drawn, and like the shadows on the buildings are something I really noticed where like they would change depending on the positioning of where you were on the map at that current time. But all the characters they look kind of like sprite based. It's just aesthetically it's very pleasing. It looks really cool. So that's why I'm interested in it, and it's by the Bravely Default team. So if you enjoy those games, this game is the one that you should probably be looking at as well. So I'm excited for it.
yeah.
I Let's be honest. Anything that comes to Switch now, I'm super excited for. Gosh, now my head hurts because we went on that rant about Wolfenstein and Doom, and now I'm just like super excited and my head hurts.
Yeah.
Switch's first MOBA, Arena of Valor, was announced. There's no firm date. There's 35 heroes that you can choose from, and there's 5-on-5, 3v3, or 1v1 modes. If you don't know what a MOBA is, you're not looking at the people who would know what one is. Just type in League of Legends video, and I'm
Yeah,
sure
it's
you'll find it.
mobile online battle arena.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, the beta will be available this winter. I'm definitely going to download it and give it a try.
Yeah, I'll try it too. MOBA has been a thing because, like, when I was younger, I was really into RTS. I was really into Age of Empires, StarCraft, not Warcraft so much, but the evolution of the MOBA came from a Warcraft 3 mod called Defense of the Ancients, and that's why there's one of the most popular games in the world is Dota 2, because Valve kind of took that idea and ran with it, and League of Legends also kind of ran with that idea. And basically, you have to. It's a lot of like item management and map control and stuff like that. I'm pretty interested in it. I've always wanted to get into a MOBA, but everybody says that like Dota is like difficult to get into, and people don't like when new players come in, and I just don't feel like dealing with that crap. And like a lot of people say League of Legends is really good, but at the same time, I'd want somebody to go in and like show me how to play it. Like I know my friend Joey used to be really into League of Legends. So I don't know. This seems like a good trial for me to get into a MOBA. I'm gonna download the beta and see what it's all about. And when it comes out, we'll have impressions for you, obviously. So pretty interesting idea, though. Pretty interesting concept, considering MOBAs need to be online all the time. Activision, EA, and they're putting this on the system that you can take with you that isn't always connected to the internet. Activision and EA calling them out, Ed.
Get them.
Finally, Dragon Quest Builders is coming to the Switch.
Oh, you did miss a lot.
I know. I don't know how I missed all this. Probably because I watched it in the car. But that was kind of like the last kind of really huge announcement that people seem to like Dragon Quest Builders. It's like a mix between a RPG and like with Minecraft elements. Plus, they have the builder mode where you can just kind of go in with unlimited resources and build whatever you want.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what it really kind of reminds me of? Remember Dark Cloud on PS2?
Yes.
This is what that game reminds me of, is Dark Cloud.
But better.
But yeah, well, yeah.
I was waiting for it to drop in price on PS4. It might still pick it up for PS4, but this is a must-have for me, definitely on Switch.
Yeah.
This is my Minecraft that I want. So, just a few quick hits, everybody. Splatoon 2 update. Camp Dome is coming out September the 15th, which is today when you guys watching this, so you guys can try that. Also, Snapper Canal, a new level is available, or it's coming out. Umbrella is a gun that it has an umbrella, so you can use it as a shield. And I guess once you release it, it'll hit enemies too. It looks like it won't cover any ground, but it'll go in the direction that you released it. I kind of like that. Fire Emblem Warriors is coming out October 20th. Lyn from the Game Boy Fire Emblems is coming out. The special edition is going to contain the game, character cards, a double-sided poster, and 3 music CDs.
Yeah, so, this was announced a while ago. That's why I didn't really add it into it, because it's been announced and available on. Well, it was available on Amazon for like 3 seconds to pre-order, and I missed it because well, it went up on pre-order while I was at work.
I wonder if GameStop got some more. I'll
ask. Yeah. We'll find out.
Yeah. Morphe's Law, they showed that at the Indie Direct. It's going to be available this winter, as long as we're Rocket League going to be available this winter. You do have to work hard to get the 3 Nintendo cards, so hopefully you guys are having fun. Luigi's going to be on the blue team, Mario's on the orange team, and Samus Aran's you'll probably just have to unlock. Arena of Valor, like we said, the beta test is this winter. Elder Scrolls Skyrim is November 17th. Flip Wars update is available, so you guys can get that for free. Nintendo Arcade Archives. So Arcade Archives is their games that they had in the arcade era that never came to console. So you have Mario Brothers versus Super Mario Bros. Versus Balloon Fight versus Ice Climbers versus Pinball versus Clu Clu Land, and you get the arcade version of Punch Out. If you guys go to retronauts.com, you can check out their Punch Out episode, and they actually talk about why the arcade of Punch Out never came to Nintendo, or it never came out to Virtual Console. So now that it's finally coming out on the eShop, you guys can listen to that one. We still got more amiibos to talk about. Not November, NBA 2K18. So it's available right now on the eShop, September 15th. The physical is coming out October 17th. You do need a memory card for this game. It is, a really big memory card because it is recommended. So it won't be in stores like those who pre-ordered the game, but if you want it, that physical, you do have to wait to October 17th. WWE 2K18 is also coming soon. FIFA 18 is coming September 29th. So that is the day. Yes, that's going to be the Super NES Mini Classic, FIFA, and I think some other games are coming out. That the 29th.
there's some indie games coming out the 29th. Isn't SteamWorld Dig 2? I want to say comes out somewhere in there.
Yeah, I think so. No, the SteamWorld Dig is coming out the 21st.
Okay, so
Yeah.
okay, I knew it was like either right before Pokken tournament or right before FIFA.
Yeah, so it's before Pokken. Yeah, as speaking of Pokken tournament, DX is coming out September 22nd. You guys can play the demo. It's available now. The ARMS update is available now. You get the new stage and a new character, Lollipop, and also her. Oh goodness, her weapons are Fun Chuck, Biffler, and Clapback. And Fun Chuck is kind of a play on the nunchucks. Biffler is it doesn't look like Biff, but it looks like it's a rocket kind of thing. And Clapback is kind of a shield thing that if you hit it, your punches end up bouncing off and pushing you back in the face. So of course, the custom button layout is also available. We mentioned Kirby and Dragon Quest. SteamWorld Dig is September 21st. Golf Story is coming in this month of September. No official date. 9 Parchment is this holiday. Chef Brigade is this holiday. Super Meat Boy Forever is next year. And Tiny Metal is also, I think that's coming out next year. They didn't give no dates. Lost Sphere, January 23rd. Sonic Forces is November 7th. Resident Evil Revelations 1 and 2, November 28th. LA Noir, November 14th. Should I get into the Europe and Japan quick hits also, Corey? Before we get into Amiibo?
I don't think so.
It's not much.
Sorry, I'm looking at something. I mean, we can get into Amiibo.
Okay.
Oh no, where'd you go? All right, there we go. So there was a few Amiibo kind of re-announced during this direct. The Zelda Breath of the Wild Champion Amiibo are going to be available in November, November 10th, I think. I just wrote down November. That was my fault. But it details the 4 champions of each of the Divine Beasts. So they each give you a special outfit. I think it's just the I guess helmets of the Divine Beasts that go with the Guardian like the Guardian tunic.
Yeah.
It's just like a different headpiece that you can wear that shows off the different Divine Beasts. So those are cool. I already have mine pre-ordered. I pre-ordered them a long time ago. So I'm pretty pumped to have that, because like I'll have the whole Breath of the Wild set, and now I just need to find a Skyward Sword Link and a Majora's Mask Link and a Ganon and a Sheik. Those are like the 4-5 amiibo that I really need to get. So don't even show me, or I'll slap you. I will slap you. I will see you in 2 weeks, Ed. I will slap you so hard. But yeah, so I'm excited for more amiibo. Yes. So
yes.
Also, the Fire Emblem Warriors amiibo are coming. They are the two protagonists of Fire Emblem Warriors. I've been trying to stay away from trailers of that game because I'm really interested in playing that game from like not knowing anything. I want to see how the characters come in from all the different games. But they did show the protagonist from the Game Boy Advance version of Fire Emblem is coming to the game, and that was a really cool reveal. So,
Lynn.
Yeah. So that was cool. I'm just excited to play as Lucina because Lucina is my favorite Fire Emblem character from Awakening. So let's see. It's one of the only Fire Emblem amiibo I own, I think.
I gotta find her. The redhead female in Awakening is my favorite.
I
forgot her name.
I wish there were more Fire Emblem amiibo.
Yes.
And not like I'd be able to get them, but like I don't have any of the Fire Emblem amiibo except for the Fire Emblem Echoes amiibo. I have those. I haven't been able to find the Smash ones. I haven't found any of the Smash ones except for Lucina when I went to the Nintendo World Store a couple years ago. Lucina's the only one that I have. And then I have the Echoes ones, but yeah. So and finally, the Mario Odyssey amiibo. They announced that 3-pack would be coming to the U.S. and North America as well. So a lot of amiibo coming. Pretty excited. I can't wait to see the Metroid ones tomorrow.
Yes, they're super sexy. I love them.
Yeah, but a lot to unpack, Ed. That was a lot to unpack.
Yes.
But I think we did a pretty decent job. Anything else that you want to go over? I know Japan got a Phantasy Star Online announcement.
Yes. Well, just quick hits for Europe. New Style Boutique 3 Styling Star, which is really pretty much Style Savvy in New York.
Yes.
I mean, in US. That's coming out November 24th for the 3DS.
That's my birthday.
Yes. The Super Nintendo 3DS XL, Luigi's Mansions 2. They're going to be the Luigi's Mansions 2, Kirby's Triple Deluxe, and Super Mario 3D Land as October 13th. They're like re-releases for their budget price, $19.99, the Nintendo Select. But the Super Nintendo 3DS XL is coming out also on October 13th. So that's all for Europe. That's just a different.
It's probably a sexy looking system, isn't it?
Oh, it's nice. They have the color buttons also for it. So that's the thing that was in Europe that was different. Like Corey mentioned, Phantasy Star Online 2 Cloud is streaming, so it won't be taxing the hardware. So you'll be playing the game in the cloud, and it's also free to play. So it looks like I'm assuming that if you it's going to be a download, and you'll be free to play it, and I think you'll just have to, microtransactions will probably they'll make their money from. Kobe Tecmo's Altair, Lydia, and Sora is launching this winter. They have a popular karaoke app called Joy Sound that's also coming to Nintendo Switch in Japan. And last but not least, Dylan's Rolling Wrestling 3, The Dead Heat Breakers is coming in 2018. So that was only for those two countries or continents. Those were countries. Those were the different ones that they didn't show. Everything else was the same, besides probably some dates. But yeah, Corey, that was the Nintendo Direct across the world.
I like as excited as I was for Switch games before. Like now, like
Dude, Wolfenstein 2.
I know. Doom and Wolfenstein are like, those ones still blow my mind. Like,
yes.
I can't believe I'm gonna go pre-order Doom and Wolfenstein for Nintendo, like in Nintendo anything, let alone the Switch. Like, look, the Switch is kind of like my primary console of choice right now, right? It's the one I play the most. Besides, like, the only reason why I'm playing my PlayStation 4 so much is because Overwatch and Destiny are on it, right? I don't really care a lot about Sony's first-party stuff. Like, I loved Horizon, but I don't really care about, like, Uncharted or The Order or or anything like that. Like even Bloodborne, like I'm trying my hardest to finish that game still. Like still waiting on Matt and Moose. And they keep telling me I just need to text them, which is probably is my fault. It's okay. Let's be honest, it's my fault. But like the only reason why I'm playing Destiny on PS4 is because it's not available on Switch. And the only reason why I'm playing it on Xbox is because it's not available on Switch. And like that's honestly the only reason. In like I love my Switch, and for a long time I'm like, if Nintendo would just have these games on their console, like I wouldn't need any other console. And now like we're starting to see stuff pop up, like NBA 2K I'm really excited for on Switch. Now Doom, Wolfenstein, you know, some of these third-party games I'm really excited for Switch. Like after that Doom and Wolfenstein announcement, the next thing I was almost ready for, like I was ready for an Assassin's Creed announcement. Like, to be honest with you, I was ready for, just because like they have a lot of cachet with Ubisoft right now, and like Rayman Legends and is out, and Mario plus Rabbids, and Steep is coming this holiday still at some point. Like I was ready for a Ubisoft Assassin's Creed announcement, even if it was just like an Ezio collection or Black Flag port, or you know, something like that. Like I was ready for that, and like this gives us hope. You know, this gives us hope.
Yeah,
and I'm really excited to see like the next direct. Like seeing Doom and Wolfenstein makes me excited for. I am eagerly anticipating the next Nintendo Direct.
And literally, why you think I read and messaged you quickly?
Yeah, I know. And like I was trying to watch it and respond to you and kind of driving at the same time, and I was like, that's why I video called you, but you were already where you were supposed to be. But like, this is exciting. This is so exciting. Like I'm not even like a huge Doom or Wolfenstein fan. I'm excited for the potential of third-party games coming to Switch. That is what I am excited. That is what these games make me excited for. Is like this shows potential that anything could be ported down to this system with a little bit of work and a little bit of like. Uh-oh. I just got excited.
Can they bring the Metro series to Switch?
Yeah, Metro would be a good series. Like
okay,
Metal Gear, Tomb Raider, Deus Ex. Like these are all games that would fit at home on Switch. Like Deus Ex and Tomb Raider specifically are games I feel like would fit right at home on Switch.
Okay, Corey. Next Power Block. That's our discussion. What current third-party game could come to Switch now because of Bethesda?
Right. Okay. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. Like we would do it now, but we've already been going for like an hour and 40 minutes. It looks like. So like, but this is exciting. If you are listening to this episode or watching, please come to our YouTube page or Facebook group or email us. Let us know like how this announcement changes your perspective on Switch. Nintendo Powerblock at gmail.com or facebook.com/groups/ Nintendo Powerblock, or the Nerds Gone Rogue YouTube page. Just come to this video or those groups, or email us. Let us know how this announcement changes your perception of the Switch, and like how you are going to view third-party games differently now that we are seeing some major third-party games come to Switch. We want to know. This is what our big topic on Tuesday is going to be about, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But we're gonna go ahead and get out of here because we need to go pre-order some games.
Yes.
Remember, this is not our only show. If you want to hear a lot about Destiny, I'm sure you can tune into Arsenal X, our Xbox podcast, which we had a big discussion earlier this week about. You can tune into Nerds Gone Platinum. I don't know if Jason or Moose are playing Destiny yet or not. You know, I know I'm going to be on there at some point in the next couple weeks to talk about Destiny and Horizon. Check out our YouTube page. Ed and I are planning some more Let's Pod and Plays. We're planning that Horizon discussion, a diversity discussion.
Oh, yes.
We're trying to schedule some guests for that, specifically guests of color, guests of different sexual orientations, you know, those kinds of things, because coming from a straight white guy, none of that really, you know, I'm sorry to say, but this is just not really a discussion for a bunch of straight white dudes to have. But at the same time, I want to get everybody else's opinion who come from these different backgrounds. Ed is a good example. Like, you know, I want to see how everybody feels about that. I want to get John Martin on here from the Brew Review. You know, he loved that game a lot, and I want to see if Ray will come on. I want to see if, you know, I have a couple gay friends that I want to see how they are. You know, I want to see if I can get her on this. You know, I want to see how these people, I want to see how everybody identifies with this game differently than I did. You know, I want to have that discussion, and basically we want to have the discussion that Horizon made a statement about diversity without saying we're making a statement about diversity. They just made it clean. They made it feel normal in this world. They made it feel like it's an accepted part of this world, which personally, that's how our world should be. Like, everything should just be accepted. Everybody should be treated the same. Like, that's how I feel. I don't really bring it up a lot because having that discussion means it's still not changing. But at the same time, Horizon does it correctly, and that's how I think our world that we live in now should be. And sadly, it's not. But, you know, we're going to have that discussion. So I'm really excited. I'm really, really excited for that discussion. Not from my perspective, but I want to see how everybody else reacts to this. So look out for that on our YouTube page. You know, we've got a lot of cool stuff planned. Ed's coming up in a couple weeks that I'm really excited for the content and stuff that we have planned for that. The game room, if you're watching the video, the game room's a hot mess because of that. I'm trying to prep a better studio for us to work in while he's here for a weekend. I'm really excited. I'm really hyped today for a lot of different reasons, and so I hope you check out our family of shows: Nerds Gone Rogue, Nerds Gone Platinum, Arsenal X, obviously Nintendo Power Block, World 1-1, the Brew Review, Matt and the B Flats, which is the music show. Matt's working on things with his partners to allow us to feature that on NGR Radio. I'm reworking the website to make it a more pleasant experience for you guys. I know we've had some issues getting people to be able to easily access the videos, the current videos or past videos, so I'm trying to make it easier for that. That's why if you're looking for the shows on the website, I'm working on back-end stuff for that. That will make it easier for you. So those posts will go up shortly of our past episodes. I just wanted to get everything out there before we start plugging ourselves. Ed, where can we find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter at ThatRetroCode. You can find my podcast, Optional Opinion, on SoundCloud, on iTunes, Google Play, the Anonymous Radio Network.podbean.com. Check out the link on NGR Radio for it. Also, I'm doing the beauty of video games, and Corey his episode is out, so you guys do check it. We discussed the beauty of handhelds. I do apologize. I want to say everybody in advance that I've been so busy with work that I haven't had time to really post the blogs for this week, but everything will be ready to go for the PC and for arcade. So I do apologize for my tardiness at work, and this direct just blew my mind, and all other activities. But you guys could also if you guys I got a Nintendo Switch, so if you go to the Nintendo Power Block Facebook page, you could get my friend code there and my Wii U code and 3DS code there also. I want to apologize too, like not getting stuff up on time has been like this weekend. I worked a lot, and you know, we are trying to do our best in putting stuff out on time. I know Power Block was up late. I know Arsenal X was up late this week. NGP is up late this week. There's just, you know, I've been trying to work a lot lately because I'm excited for all these games to play, and then I'm trying to play the games so we can cover it on the shows. And like,
if this was all we had to do in our lives, like, we would have everything up on time and schedule everything and be able to communicate better. But like, very basic terms, this is still kind of a hobby for us. Like in real basic terms, like we love doing it. We put our heart and souls into these shows and everything, but like we don't get paid for it, and so we still have to work our real life jobs. We still have to spend time with real life family and do things that are required of us. So
yes,
thanks for being patient on these shows getting up on time and everything. And someday we will be held to that schedule. But thanks for being patient. Thanks for making all of our shows super successful. Also, like we put Pow Block out twice a week, and this is the show Ed and I are kind of really passionate about. NGR has grown substantially. World 1-1 has grown substantially. NGP has grown super faster than I thought it would. Like, it's after 12 episodes, it's almost showing Pow Block numbers, which I'm really excited for. Like, they're doing a great job with NGP. Their Facebook group is growing and rapidly, and so I'm proud of everybody. I'm proud of the team. I'm proud of the teamwork that we all put into this. I'm proud of Ed for sticking around and helping me with everything. I just want to say that I'm really proud of everybody. Jason, Moose, Matt, Ed, Jesse, Larry, everybody puts a lot of work and a lot of time and a lot of effort into the stuff that we're doing, and I'm proud of it. So,
yes.
Anyways, you can find me at Corey and UHD on Twitter, Corey and HD on Instagram, and Twitch. Streaming Destiny a little bit, trying to get to a point where like it's not real boring to watch, because like the grindy stuff is super boring to watch. So, Saturday at 6, you should tune into twitch.tv/Corey and HD, because we are going to attempt the Leviathan raid. So hope you'll check us out there. Warning, there's going to be some language. Just throwing it out there. Not necessarily from me, but my raid group has very colorful vocabulary. So we'll just leave it at that.
Just make sure you don't do a PewDiePie.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure nobody.
You won't do it.
No, I know people.
Make sure your raid folks don't.
No, people in my raid group do not use that word specifically, but they do have colorful commentary. So just you've been warned. There will be a explicit tag on that stream specifically. So, but I hope you do come check it out. It's time for me to get raid ready. I have 12 light levels to grind out before Saturday. So, and some games to go pre-order. So, Ed, I love you. Yeah. Audience, we love you. Thank you for making Pow Block.
Love you too, man.
Thank you for making Pow Block NGR Radio's second highest downloaded show. Very proud of it. Man, Ed, I'm so proud of the numbers we're pulling in for this show. It just makes me happy, and like yeah. Anyways, sorry, I'll stop ranting. Thank you so much for watching and listening. I hope you're excited for the future of Nintendo. Check us out on Tuesday, where we talk about some AAA games. And until next week, we love you.
Have a great weekend, everybody. Yeah, have a great weekend and game on. Woohoo! Yes.